Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogboat333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4000 Week Reich as the Socialist Republic of Serbia. Now, last time we were here together, well, we kicked out the fascists from our nation, and we've done quite a solid job at establishing our position in Serbia. We're just working on defascising Serbia currently. We're also going to protect some promised minority rights. Let's do away with the ethnic hierarchies of our old collaborator regimes. From here on out, all Slavs shall be equal before the eyes of the law. Equality and special protections for minority groups will be enshrined in law and enforced wherever possible. Now that I can get behind. There we go. Trial transcript: The People's State versus Tanasai Dinic. Charges high treason, crimes against humanity, crimes against socialist doctrine. Sentence: death by firing squad. Case summary: took control of collaborationist National Salvation Regime on 13 August 1950, placing late traitor Milan Nedic responsible for continued collaboration with fascist overlords. Known for cooperating with monarchist Chetnik terrorists, perpetrators of banditry activities responsible for the deaths of at least 5,000 Yugoslavians. Defendant refused to acknowledge the legitimacy of the court. The charges of contempt of court added to the list of criminal offenses. Sentences carried out after 7 hours of testimony from state-selected witnesses. Corpse burned in the courtyard, and ashes were dumped in the river Sava. The case is considered closed indefinitely. Signed, Provisional Attorney General Office of the Socialist Republic of Yugoslavia, Marshal Josip Broz Tito. Dead meat. We also have Chetnik resistance, which we should deal with. Chetnik movement is becoming increasingly influential political force in Serbia. That would also potentially seize power if given the opportunity. We need to cut them down a notch for the sake of national unity. Let's see what we can do. Just need to be able to raid them successfully, then we can expand out the Croatian state. Interesting. The Slovak Spring, also interesting. And then the Hungarian Revolution. Oh shit. Look at that. Ceasefire in Mongolia. We are going to go ahead, swap out to some rifles. Let's get long stroke gas pistons. We could go to war economy. I don't think we really need that right now. In fact, that probably would hurt us a little bit more than it would help. I think right now let's do limited conscription. I think that'll be best. Could use some more manpower. Let's do the first SKOJ session. Our regime is young, but there is much work to be done. Let us convene the party and discuss our nation's future. Chetnik rebels have raided into one of our supply depots and killed a small handful of soldiers in the process. This move will not only strengthen their ranks, but embolden them to take more serious action in the future. Damnation. Still in civil war. Man, Europe's just kind of freaking out. We have socialist in Montenegro. Very nice. Look at the effects from the 1-year plan. That's okay. Well, you know, this is going okay, I gotta say. The French state is victorious, and I can't say I'm too shocked by that. What else do we got going on in the world? Not all that much, it seems. Oh, the Free French are forming apart. Oh, there we go. We got successful raid against the Chetniks. Liberal victory in Canada. While counterterrorism methods appear to have some semblance of success, the Chetnik resistance cell finally cracked. A handful of officers loyal to the exiled king have been rounded up and subsequently shot. Splendid. Let us expand our garrisons. And then we'll save up some political power. And try to crush them. Oh, look at that. That's actually beautiful. Following the joint Montenegrin-Albanian revolution success, the Montenegrin partisans have decided to... Oh shit, they got peace. Decided to unite with us, hoping to work towards the unification of all of former Yugoslavia. Long live Yugoslavia. Oh my god, it's beautiful. We have a coastline now, guys. Look at that. We have the Knights of the Old Republic. KOTOR. Oh, this is tremendous. Phenomenal, even. And, well, we gotta decide what we want to do. I'm going to save at the top here, just in case I somehow goof things up. I feel like we're obligated to go a path. It feels a little obvious, admittedly, but, I mean, how can we not go Tito, you know? The room is set. Most of the partisan leaders from Serbia and occupied Yugoslavia have arrived in Belgrade to determine which direction the party will take in the future. Though Serbia has recently fought a bloody civil war that deposed the fascist collaborators, the scars of war continue to haunt the nation. The call for revolutionary action has never been louder. The Communist Party of Yugoslavia has become increasingly divided along ideological lines, while each of the three factions can agree on the need for a socialist revolution across the Balkans. They've been left in a state of perpetual bickering over the implementation of socialism and the status of the multiple ethnicities that make up the nation. The Orthodox Communists, led by Alexander Rankovic, have called for a continuation of hardline Marxist-Leninist principles, promoting a centralized Yugoslavia with an ever-watchful state security apparatus to preserve the revolution. The incumbent faction of pragmatic communists, led by Josip Broz Tito, advocated a more pragmatic solution to the issue of autonomy. On the slogan of brotherhood and unity, Marshal Tito's communists argue for a more decentralized model, allowing the various ethnicities to become independent and equal. Lastly, the moderates under Milovan Djilas have opted for a far more moderate approach of a socialist revolution. Believing that Marxism is bound to destroy Yugoslavia, as it had with the Soviet Union, Djilas' United Front wishes to make amends for the exiled reformist faction of the Communist Party, introduce market socialism in Yugoslavia. The Socialist Liberation Committee of Yugoslavia will undoubtedly decide the fate not just Serbia, but perhaps the entire turbulent region of the Balkans. Let me check real quick. I don't even know if anyone's played Serbia. Let's see. Swinsball has played as the Chetniks. Dunehammer, I'm going to guess. Dunehammer also went Chetniks. Mountain General had to do Tito. Oh, that was 5 years ago. Yeah. Hey, granted, yes. Thousands more views than I could ever imagine. And all the rest I'm getting living ironically in Europe videos. Some other things here and there. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do Tito. Marshal Tito will bring us to freedom. And if Tito doesn't end up winning, you know, that's gonna be okay. Well, here are our elections, chat. The Communist Party of Yugoslavia follows the democratic centralist principle of electing its leaders from within the Communist Party elite. Josip Broz Tito came to the helm of the party in 1937, originally adhering to the Stalinist line. After the start of the war in Yugoslavia, Tito was elected as a only party leader during the ensuing guerrilla war. After the end of the Second World War, the party withdrew, but the idea of uniting Yugoslavia under the star did not die. The model by which the party ran until Tito's election as president of the CPY continued, and now elections for a new president are taking place. Of the offered candidates, 3 stand out. Josip Broz Tito personally, as a bearer of the idea of fighting against classical communism and advocating communism with Yugoslav characteristics. Next is Alexander Rankovic, a Serbian nationalist who deeply believes in the solid and strong industrialization preached by Joe Stalin. Rankovic's ideas are measured by the border of madness. He is known for his autocratic tendencies, which surpass Tito's, and desires a more dominant role of Serbian Republic within the federal framework. Last but not least of the 3 budding party bosses is Milovan Dilac. Considered to be the moderate candidate, his ideas are described as being democratic socialism. He proposes a state program, Movement of New Thoughts. This comprehensive manifesto calls for an extensive anti-corruption campaign, the secularization of the church, workers' self-government, and the decentralization of the state and industry. Whoever wins may very well decide the future of socialism in Yugoslavia. Well, let's make a public speech. And Ostland. As the committee gathers in Belgrade's National Assembly for the first hearing of Yugoslavia's future, the incumbent leader of the Communist Partisans, Josip Broz Tito, took to the stand to announce the beginning of the Congress. Comrades of all Yugoslavians, we stand here today not just as anti-fascist revolutionaries, but as Slavic brothers and sisters, united in a common struggle for peace. For years, fascists have drained our people dry to the point of servitude and almost complete annihilation. As we stand now in the liberated zone of Serbia, we must begin looking outward to our Yugoslavian comrades stuck under the jackboot of fascism. By promoting harmonious codependence on all peoples of Yugoslavia, our socialist state will finally prosper with the fruits of peace and socialism, both at home and abroad. The rumor echoes, erupts in applause. There we go. Italian thought. Interesting. Next on the speaking list is Alexander Rankovic of the Orthodox Leninist faction. Walking in front of the podium and briefly clearing his throat, he begins. Comrades in arms, there's no doubt at all that the great Marshal Tito brought us to the first stage of the National Communist Revolution. However, we must also think of the future. While we may secure our place as a sole leader of Slavic communism, there are those from within and abroad who wish to undermine everything our Yugoslavian brothers and sisters hope to accomplish. To protect our great nation and its people, we must utilize the state's resources to protect both the people and the socialist revolution. As late Comrade Beria taught us, there can only be true peace and secrecy. Very well. Beria's still alive. What are you talking about, dude? We can do a grand doctrine. We will do grand battle plan. I think that's going to be the play. End of fascist Italy. Inactivity is death. Well, that actually might be difficult for us if they want to, they end up working with the, Toronto Accord. Last on the speaking list is Milovan Dilac, this democratic socialist reformer. While disliked by his more hardline peers, Dilac is nonetheless a vital figure, keeping the partisans together. Speaking of the committee, Dilac denounced Alexander Rankovic for his hardline leanings. Comrades, friends, all. What we've just heard before is exactly the kind of attitude that has brought the Soviet Union complete ruin its noble fight against fascism. If we are ever to prosper as a united Yugoslavia, we must tighten our belts and grit our teeth. The promotion of socialism. We cannot possibly hope to survive in the nation's current state without at least bending a few rules in communist theory. And that is exactly what must be done. If the history of socialist states is anything to consider, a bloated state will always be a failed state. How controversial. Farhud. Oh no. What did... Oh no. I thought they don't come to power if they... No, they won. They are not supposed to do this, right? Oh no. Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. Oh shoot. Rankovic is actually catching up. Let us... Swiss Revolution, not the Swiss. Actually, get on the Swiss, actually. Let's get construction going. What do you... Man, let's worry about... Let's do Artillery 3. Next, we'll work on anti-air as well. I think that's going to be quite useful. Or it will be once we get an actual industrial base going. Slovenian Declaration. They don't even control their capital. Aramco labor strikes in Saudi Arabia. Let's do a rally. Little patriotic war. And we have the... What's this? The Swabian Republic, but not. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, no, you guys aren't going to get away with that. Although, I will happily allow you guys to industrialize yourself. So we can take those later. Chetnik raids. Yeah, yeah. Okay, shit. Make a public speech. And that should be enough, right? It's not gonna... We have the majority. Yeah. No, I think if I understand things correctly, we should be okay. And there we are. As the final votes are tallied, it appears that the Socialist Liberation Committees have voted overwhelmingly in favor of keeping Josip Broz Tito as leader of the Communist Party. Acceptance speech, Tito thanked his comrades for making the right choice and banding together against sectarian conflict. With the new mandate in his hand, Marshal Tito has reorganized the Communist Party into a party of equals of the all soon-to-be republics of the new Yugoslavia. Uz Marsala Tita. Unokoga Sina. Alrighty. I found a navy. Found an air force as well. Hmm. More than 10 factories. I want to get cores on stuff. Well, it sounds like we gotta get working towards some industrialization. Well, I have lead economists. Let's read this real quick. After the election within the party, the votes must be counted. But we all already know who will have won the election. It was unanimously decided by party functionaries that Josip Broz would lead the Communist Party of Yugoslavia. Beautiful. Well, let's do the Reconstruction Initiative. Do we want to? We could do youth volunteers as well. Now we need to work down and get the factories going. Our economy's in shambles. The workers are destitute and have no way of achieving the greatness they are destined to. Decades of infighting and mismanagement have left infrastructure underdeveloped and in disrepair. We must help repair these issues or to liberate our Balkan brothers. Every effort must be made to rebuild our economy. Turn the day-night cycle off. And there he is. Tito, the president of Yugoslavia. His hands were above his head. Kocha's hand counted how many voted when Broz's name was called. The vote was unanimous, with a small percentage voting for the other two candidates. So it wasn't unanimous. Comrades, thank you for your trust. I'll try to make our party experience the old success it had until the dirty monarchist ideals took us out of action. I promise you this solemnly. Yugoslavia will return to a better future. Following a devastating civil war and a chaotic consolidation of power, Josip Broz Tito has been elected by the Communist Party of Yugoslavia as president of a new Serbian republic. Seeking an end to the foreign conscription of Yugoslavia territories altogether, Josip Broz vowed to end the racial divides that plagued the old kingdom through the new principles of brotherhood and unity and market socialist economy. Though Italy and Germany refuse to recognize what they see as a belligerent statelet run by Bolshevik bandits, both the exiled government in London and the Toronto Accord as a whole have begrudgingly recognized the new state in hopes of driving fascism out of Europe's most important junctions. The Marshal reigns supreme. And there he is. It's beautiful. Oh, he doesn't even have to... Up there we go. Formation of South Russia. Let's crush the Chetnik resistance. Oh, it's beautiful. It really is. So, let's see. Our options are West Banat, so we have to own West Banat, and then Boxka. So we do border war with the Republic here. That Tito likes everything to be his way is proven by the story that began originally in the village of Kravolko and Zapad Nobaka. When Tito heard with his not-so-great lesson that one of the best bread that his footmen had had the opportunity to try was made there. Tito personally hired several people whom he sent to Karvukuo so that they could find that man who made incredible bread and pastries with his magical hands. When they arrived, the man could not believe what they were looking for him from all over Serbia. At first, he did not believe that anyone was looking for him at all, but he decided to accept the offer. Arriving at Broz's residence, he was instructed what Broz's demands were regarding this and how he had to make bread for him, and in what ways. This story would not have been so interesting if there was not been such an incident, which the baker found himself in such a way that the lieutenant general found himself in a joke and demanded that, according to the baker, this bastard learn order and be reconsidered. The one who thought it was a good idea for him to get hired will be fired. Upon learning what had happened, the general withdrew from that act. Hey, man's like his bread. Work on the new artillery, and then let's see, we have 8 factories. Reopen them. Let's actually work on reopening the universities off the bat, because we need that research slot. Smart workforce is a strong workforce. The giants of the political stage are the ones with intelligent, highly educated workers that can effectively institute industrial change to suit their needs, and they bring expertise that can advance all of society. Class of intelligent Serbian workers must be trained to run our invigorated economy. Efforts will be made to reopen and expand existing universities, boosting the rate of further education. I like it. Get some tech going. Let's get anti-air going. We could use that right about now. And, you know, I think I'm going to go ahead and end things there, folks. But I thank you as always for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike. Leave any comments, feedback down in the comment section below. I read all comments again, and I do appreciate any of you got out for me. Check out my various links on the screen below as well. Leave any comments, feedback down in the comment section below. And I will see you all in the next video. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye now.